Now let us see the operators in Java. Let's start off with the arithmetic operators. Now in the arithmetic operators we have plus, minus, divide, multiply and the modulus operator. So in case I have a variable, say a is equal to 10 into b is equal to 5, I can say 4, and then we can see what is the result of various operators. I can say sum is a plus b. So this is the additive operator, and then we can say difference is a minus b, division and modulus, and then you can say multiplication is a multiplied by b, and then we have division is, now by division we means it will give you as the a divided by b will give you the divisor. If a is 10, b is 4, so this will give us 2, and a modulus b will give us the remainder. As 10 divided by 4, the remainder will be 2, so we will get a remainder here as 2, or I can say b divided by 3, so that the both values come out to be different. So I can say modulus is so a plus b gives us 13, a minus b gives us 7, a into b gives us 30, a divided by b gives us, this is an integer division, so int divided by int, the result will always be int. In case this is float, or in case either of the two is float, then the result will come out to be float. We'll just in a moment see the difference. So as you can see, everything is as expected. Now this 10 divided by 3 gives us 3 rather than 3.33, because this is an integer division. Int divided by int always returns an int, and modulus 10 divided by 3 gives us 1, because 1 is the remainder of 10 divided by 3. Now in case I make this as float, you can see now the result has gone into floating point. As soon as even one of the values goes to float, the result will always come out to be float. Now another point remembering here is that in case we have an int and we have a division as a divided by b, where the denominator goes to 0, in integer division we will have an error, which is divide by 0, arithmetic exception. Whereas in case we have this as float, this will be infinity. So this is a difference in the division of by integers and by floating point numbers. Now for floating point number there is no error and the value will come out to be infinity. In case this is minus 0, the result will come out to be minus infinity. In case we have a as minus 10, say this as 0, let us see. This is minus infinity. So we have two values defined for such a case, which is plus infinity and minus infinity, and modulus comes out to be not a number. So these are values defined only for floating point division and not for integer division. So in case I have say 0 divided by 0, this is a not a number. So 0 divided by 0 comes out to be not a number in floating point, whereas in case it is an integer division, it will come out to be a exception, which is arithmetic exception, divide by 0, as you can see. So integer division and floating point division, they differ. So in case the denominator is integer and comes out to be 0, there is an exception. In case the denominator is 0 and the data type is floating point, you will get a infinity as the output. So next we have the unary operators. So we'll see in the next tutorial.